You're okay. We can't see the.
All right. Here we are. It's finals day. I am Chris Museler. I'm back with Mirko Babini. We had a good show yesterday, but holy cow, I just saw my first golden ticket race. Fantastic, right, Mirko?
Yeah, it was amazing. I think we nailed on the right time. We were waiting and hoping for the wind, and we didn't expect that kind of wind, but at the end was great, and they had an amazing chance for this golden ticket race.
Fantastic. Let's just bring everyone up to speed here on Sunday at the WingFoil Racing World Cup here in Sardinia, Cagliari. And let's see, we started the event off with 2 long distance races, massive with rabbit starts. That's actually rabbit starts. They went behind a motorboat that was running down the course. That's actually the format we just had for this massive golden ticket race. And then we had a couple days of racing where it was kind of on and off breeze-wise all week, and then leading up to the qualification series, the men's gold fleet yesterday, and here we are. We have a top 9, and then now we have the golden ticket race winners. Were you out on the water for that golden ticket race, and tell us how that works?
I was the rabbit, so in reality I did the start for the golden ticket race. It was awesome. I mean, a couple of guys, they were really keen to get this golden ticket spot. And it was a big fight on the men's side. There was really a big fight between the first and the second. And at the end, it was a really big crash just on the last leg. And then Escoffier, it was a French things at the end. And Escoffier he won the
golden ticket. Let's let our viewers, let's see if we have some time to do this. First of all, we'll just put the suspense away. Bastien Escoffier, who was in 10th, goes into the big golden ticket race to give 1 man and 1 woman a chance to get into the semifinals. We have 2 semifinals per men's and women's fleets. And then Lucy Belbiac from France also won that golden ticket for the women. But if we have time, let's just go to this morning's bib ceremony and hear who made it into the semifinal groups leading into the finals day. Or not.
Has 1 win already. He needs to win twice before Camille wins the race. And the other 2 come through the 2 semifinals and will have no wins. So they will need to win 3 times before the others reach 3 wins. So let's get into it with the men in semifinal B. Same format with 2 wins. Ale Tomasi from Italy. With 1 win, Julien Ratotti from France. And without a win, but still in there, Luca Franchi from Italy and Oscar Leclerc from France. All right, in semifinal A, with 2 wins already on the board, Francesco Capuzzo from Italy. And with 1 win, Nico Spanu from Italy. And without a win, Matteo Desorps from France, and whoever wins the golden ticket. Guys, big round of applause for your top 9.
Woo.
All right, in the women's fleet, whoever wins the golden ticket race will join in semifinal A without a win. So, Mark, come up on stage when you hear your name. Marta Manja, also without a win. Amelia Koski from Greece with 1 win. Ania Sordias from Spain with 2 wins. And in semi-final B, Izet Segura from Spain and Aranceres from France without a win. Charlotte Baruzzi from Italy with 1 win. And Karolina Kozinska from Poland with 2 wins. All right, whoever reaches 3 wins in each semifinal will go to the final without a win. And there they will meet Maddalena Spanu from Italy with 1 win. And finally, Manon Pianazza from France with 2 wins. Fantastic. Big round of applause for all the women.
All right, we are back. I'm with our buddy Mirko Babini, and yeah, we just saw what the group is right now for this top 10 for both in both fleets for semifinal A and semifinal B. In this case, we are starting off with the women, and let's just go down through the fleet of women. We know that the first 2 places from the opening series was Manon Pianazza in first and Maddalena Spanu from Italy second. They are straight through to the final. And the way that format works is the 4-rider finals, and Manon has 2 bullets, 2 wins. You can see there on the screen going into the finals, and it's the best of 3. Maddalena has 1, and then the people who come out of the semifinal A and B winners, they have 0. So everyone in that fleet, except for in the finals, except for Manon, is desperate to win a race because Manon wins that first race and she is in. So let's look at all the challengers for that. In third place in the overall rankings was Nia Suar Diaz. She gets 2 bullets in semifinal A, which will be the first live race we'll be watching. Amelia Costi from Greece has 1, and then Marta Manja 0, and Lucy Belbiak, who just got in, super surprised in the middle of that monster golden ticket fleet race, gets into semifinal A. And let's see if we keep moving on. Then semifinal B, which will come right after this. Karolina Kozinska from Poland starts with 2 bullets. Charlotte Baruzzi with 1. And as you can see, the pattern here is that Segura, who had an amazing comeback yesterday to get into 8th place. She will have 0 bullets or points going into this. And Aran Saris, last person in to the medal series yesterday. She is in 9th place, and she will be in semi-final B. So was it a surprise to you that Lucy Belbiak either was not in the top 9, or was it a surprise to you that in this fleet of both men and women that she was the top woman?
No, that she was really, really fast. She managed really well the golden ticket, and she performed maybe up and down, not as a consistency, but all over the week. I guess that, honestly, with you, Lucy, she really deserved to be and to play herself into the medal series for the semifinal. It can be a surprise. I mean, she will be on the hit, like you said, with Nia Suar Diaz. Not easy. But Emilia Costi and Marta Monge. So it's going to be really, really a great semifinal A with her.
Yeah, there are no slow or dumb riders here. Here we are. We're looking out at the right course right now. We have 5 minutes and 30 seconds. We will go through really quickly after the women's semifinal A and semifinal B. We will have the men's semifinal A and semifinal B, and let's get through that. In the opening series, right into the finals, Daniel Manivietsky, just on fire this week, is in the finals for the men's. He's waiting out these two semifinal races for the men's. He has 2 bullets, and Matisse Gio with 1 bullet straight into the finals. Then semifinal A, which will be the first men's match that we see. Francesco Capuzzo won 3 races in a row yesterday and still didn't get him into that top 2, but he has 2 bullets in semifinal A, which is an awesome start to that. Nicolo Spanu in 6th place with 1 extra bullet. Matteo Dusarps in 7th place. He's also in semifinal A with none. And Bastien Escoffier, who passed Matisse Guillaume's brother Romain right at the finish or just before the finish. A terrible crash for Romain Guillaume in that golden ticket race. We have Bastien Escoffier joining his gong rider buddy Francesco Capuzzo. And tell me about semifinal B.
Yeah, in the semi-final B, we have Ale Tomasi also with 2 bullets, and then Julien Ratotti with 1. It's going to be really a great fight because we have 2 riders, Luca Franchi and Oscar Leclerc, which we all know maximum speed is awesome from all of them. I can tell you, semi-final B is not going to be an easy one.
And one quick little note, we'll be talking about this later. Oscar Leclerc, it's his birthday today. I don't know how old he is. He's coming back from an ankle or foot injury this week. He lent his wing out to the top woman rider, Manon Pianazza. His Vayu wing, she's going to be using that. So big shout out to Oscar Leclerc. We're so excited for him to be in semifinal B, and also that it's his birthday. So let's see how it goes for him. He's going to be duking it out against one of his best friends, Bastien Escoffier, if they meet each other after these semifinals. So we have 3 minutes and 35 seconds to the women's semifinal A. Who are we looking at there? Oran Saris with the free wing. Oran was the last person in to the medal series yesterday, not including the golden ticket. She got 2nd in the last race. She's using a free wing, probably one of the only riders using a free wing. She's sponsored by Starboard, and fantastic rider. We spoke with her quite a bit yesterday afterwards. She had mixed emotions about getting into this series. She was great last year, and now this year she hasn't trained that much, so she's not too sure if she's happy to be in the top 10 or disappointed that she's not doing it better than she is. But this is new racing here.
Yeah, I mean, Oran, she's really a good athlete in wing foiling. She's really good, but she doesn't perform well on light wind. She really hates light wind. She told us many times. But when she's full power, you can see her completely switching on power mode, and she way faster, and she performs well on racing. So
there's a lot at stake here. Remember, Nier Suardiaz is in this semifinal A. There are 4 riders in this. This is so fantastic to watch this racing. Just fewer people to focus on, so a lot more drama or jeopardy, as the Brits would say. You know, there's a lot of tension in this. Nia needs to win this race to move on. If she doesn't, she only needs to win 1 race out of all these races, but there's a potential for a lot more races. Emilia Costi from Greece has surprised me, actually. I just hadn't heard that name before. That doesn't mean much. I'm new.
No, but she's coming from the windsurfing world, that she's doing also kite foil, so she is taking with her a lot of skills between racing and also foiling. So she's not afraid. She can go fast. She's really good.
So we see Marta Manja, probably one of the only riders with PPC. Beautiful wing, super low stretch. Look at how flat that is. That's Marta Manja from Italy. You know, a lot of these female riders are pretty small people. Marta's actually really small, but she can hold a lot of power. That's a very powerful wing, the PPC wings. And she's been riding super consistently all week. You know, just she wound up 7th. She was floating around 5th for a while. Beautiful shot of her getting ready here. You know, Mirko, look at these conditions. It seems like the breeze, hopefully it's steadier than yesterday. Is it a little deceiving how smooth they look versus how tough the conditions are right now?
Yeah, no, I mean, right now the Mistral wind, the breeze still okay. It seems that, like you said, it's not that patchy like yesterday. There is between 9 to 12, what I understand. And I think, like we saw yesterday, it's going to be almost a split between the starboard starter and the port starter.
Perfect.
But I'm really keen to see, I'm curious to see if they're going to go to the left or to the right side.
And like you were saying before, we've got 20 seconds left. A lot of times the women were racing after the men, looking to the men to see what they're doing. The men are going to be looking to the women to see what they're doing right now. 15 seconds right now. And let's see how everything is shaping up. 10 seconds.
Yeah, a couple of two from starboard, and the other one on the orange pin we can't see.
Yep, there's Nia Suardiaz right on top. And 5, 2, 1. There we go. Marta Manja on port. Can she cross Nia Suardiaz? Yes, she does. That says a lot for this race course already. It's a clear start. We know Nia started right at the boat, so we know that that pin line is a little bit closer to the weather mark. But all four riders evenly split, easily. Marta Manja on the right-hand side of the course, on top of the fleet, and then Nia Suardiaz. So that's your 1-2. If you had a tracker right now, that's what that would be showing. But Mirko, what is left for these two riders behind right now?
No, honestly, I'm, again, like I was saying before, I'm really curious to see if it's going to be better the right side or the left side of the course. There is definitely a big split, two completely on the right side, two completely on the left side. So there is a big separation. That means that they are really focused on that, and they are.
So here we have Lucy Belbiak. So there's Nia just tacked. Lucy has already tacked to port, or she was already on port. Lucy came out of the golden ticket race. She just came off the water. We gave her a golden ticket. She stuffed it down her Lycra and went back out again. So we have Nia on port right now, and then also that is Emilia on port as well. So let's see if the right side is coming in. Hey, it's whichever side wins. That's going to be your top rider. And right now, Nia only has to win one race to move on. She's the only person to do that. So if Nia wins this semi-A for the women is over. So let's see. Is Marta still on port? If Marta's still on port right now, it looks like the breeze is shifting a little bit to the right, and Marta has quite an advantage there.
Yeah, you can see on the top of the screen.
Yep, this is a great footage right now. She's going in an attack. This is the moment of truth to see what side is winning. Just as we said that, Nia Suardiaz got into a little bit of pressure here with Costi, and they got a little bit of a lift. But right now,
was a big risk. Was a big risk on the attack for Marta Monja.
Yeah,
she had to go downwind quite a lot to keep the speed and to keep foiling.
Yeah, but that'll be for everyone, right? If it's light, everyone's going to have that. So here we go. Yes, Marta Manja starts at the pin, goes all the way to the right and crosses, but not so for, who is that?
Lucy. She's
Yeah, for Lucy Belbiak. So right now, your leader. Right now, Marta Manja actually with quite a fantastic lead. Marta has 0 extra points on the board. Nia has 2, and wow, they are launched. Lucy really lost out on the right-hand side of the course. That just shows you that Marta attacked right at the right time.
Yeah, exactly. So now let's see. Look
just
at the mark around it. Exactly. Marta is leading.
Like Mirko was saying, these tacks were risky. Marta came out of that tack and had to go really low. It just shows you how light it is right now. Nia Suardiaz rounding in second. These are going to be very delicate turns, delicate jibes. We already see Nia going a little bit lower. And Marta's taking a look. She wants to jibe and protect her lead. But geez, Mirko, if we got to see these puffs, we're going to see who's best placed right now. This is a super tactical and strategical run.
Yeah, you have to keep focused on pumping. Keep your foil full of wind, and then look behind if there is some puff, some gust that is better to catch it before your opponent. So,
yep, and look at Nia right now. She's trying to extend really upright, do a lot of gliding, super deep downwind, light on the foil, standing very upright. You can't head up and trim in hard in this stuff. You just want to go as deep as you can. It's not windy enough. There's Costi. You just saw her. And back into another jibe. Look at how delicate that has to be. They're literally, Marta literally has to spin that around just physically with her hand. The wind isn't doing it. So she's just trying to go as deep as possible. Looking at this right now, it looks like...
Yeah, there is the tactics that Nia has and she was using is to continue pumping.
Yep, and
maybe less VMG because she has less speed, but really deep. But again, Marta, I guess she prefer to go with more angle.
Yep,
and keep more speed.
Yeah, it looks like it's working out for her. The tracker actually showed Nia crossing, but I think the tracker kind of looks at the angle as well. It looks at a lot of things.
Yeah, he's Marta in front. Yeah.
But Marta still with a really great lead. Wow, fantastic for the Italian rider ahead of Nia Suarez. We know this series moves on. For all of our viewers out there, this isn't a points thing. This is a win thing.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you finish second, third, or fourth. It matters if you win a race. So this series goes on. We got Marta Mangia, Viva Italia, with the PPC wing. She sailed that run so beautifully, very confident on that beat. Would you say that the right side is just strong? I mean, she won the start and went right to the right side of the course.
Yes, again, the right side, it seems, also when we were out for the golden ticket race, the right side was a little bit more windy, less patchy, I would say. And Marta, she keep it open the semi-final A, so it's not over.
Awesome. There's Nia Suarez. It really looked like Nia was making some ground on Marta on that run. And but, you know, I think looking at Marta, she just looked a lot more powered up on that run. And here we go. Emilia Costi with the Nash wing in third place. She has one extra bullet, the Greek, and so she has to win 2 races. So this is far, far from over. But I can't say enough about not just how Marta, she sailed just basically a perfect race. It looked like, I mean, there's very few riders on the water. But here are the standings right now. And how is this written? Yep, it just shows that Nia has 2 bullets, and it shows that Marta Mangia has 1, and Emilia Costi has 1. So, wow. And hey, I'm rooting for Lucy Belbach to keep this thing alive. But all it takes is 1 more win for Nia, and this semi-series is over. But
yeah, if the next one is going to be Emilia or again Marta, then keep going until 3.
Yep. Mirko, looking at these conditions, it's you know, I can look upwind here, and there's sometimes the riders look super powered, like Marta actually on that beat looked plenty powered up, and even a couple times on that run. But it doesn't take much to fall off the foils in these conditions, huh?
No, again, you have to keep one eye on the gas. You have to keep foiling, no matter what. If you stop foiling, it will take quite a while to pump, and you lose a lot of position then. So again, what they're gonna choose is to have a biggest sail, biggest wing. I mean, and not a too small foil under the board. And what they need to do is to keep the speed as much as they can and go for it and nail a win, because what count on the semi-final with this format is just to keep winning until the first one that you reach 3.
Do you think in this format that the racers are? Do you think they take more risks because it's just a win or nothing? Or is that kind of a weird question?
Yeah, no. I mean, this is how to reward the one they got a really good point, a good opening series result. This is why is the way to give some reward on the previous race that they did. So the chance with the 2 bullets to score the third and close the deal on the semi-final from the one that start on the semi-final with 2 bullets already, you have to nail it. I mean, you have to win it.
Yeah.
But it keep open the opportunity for the other one just to reverse the result, which it happens sometime.
Yep. Well, there's a lot at stake here. This is to move on to the finals. Whoever wins the semifinal A and whoever wins the semifinal B goes to the finals. We are now going to be watching live women's semifinal B, race 1. We've got about 2 minutes and 15 seconds. I am Chris Museler. This is Mirko Barbini. We are on finals day of the WingFoil Racing World Cup here in Cagliari, here in Sardinia, and we are so lucky to have this breeze. We're coming up on 2 minutes. Karolina Kluzinska comes into semifinal B with 2 bullets. Charlotte Baruzzi, the gong rider, has 1 bullet. Izet Segura on the Ozone double profile wing, one of the few women to use that wing, is in 8th, but she's in semifinal B. And Oran Saris with the free wing. Here we go, Charlotte Baruzzi. We couldn't remember her name, and she was so mad at me for not remembering her name.
I told her I apologize, and Honestly, because last year she has been running the world with a completely different brand, but now Charlotte, we can spot on Charlotte. We will not miss you anymore.
Fantastic. We were just with Charlotte this morning. She shares a van with Francesco Capuzzo, and we looked at the back of that giant van packed with stuff, and I'm like, geez, do you use all this stuff? She's like, of course. She goes, this isn't even our freestyle equipment.
Exactly.
So multidisciplinary athletes. We're coming up on 1 minute. There's Oran Saris on the starboard gear. God, it's great to see Oran. She's one of the best freestylers in the world, on the planet. And it's great to see a lot of these athletes doing all the different disciplines. That's what I love about the wingfoilers. You know, they don't just pigeonhole themselves to one thing. They like to have a good time.
Yep.
They're out here pump foiling. They'll do some downwind foiling. And but right now we are in semifinal B for the women. And if Karolina Klizinska wins this race, this series is over. But I have a hard time thinking that that's going to happen right away. 30 seconds right now to the start, Mirko. How does this look like it's shaping up?
Yeah, it seems that 3 of them, they are in port. And only one, it seems to be on starboard.
That's Karolina in the white and gray. Red and white is Oran Saris for our viewers there. And we will not mistake Charlotte Baruzzi. Charlotte Benuzzi with the lime and white gong sail. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're a little bit off. There we go. Perfect. And they're off, and we're missing one rider for some reason.
Izette was super
a little bit late. She lost her timing, but here we go. Let's see how this off the line works. Wow, Charlotte, did you see the mode she just went into? Super high and fast. Karolina pumped through the lee of Oran, but Oran is not having it. She's hanging in there. But right off the line, Oran Saris wins the start. There is Izette, a little bit late on starboard. Let's see if she can catch up. But I think the big story there is that Oran wins the start, but Charlotte Benuzzi right there. There's Charlotte Benuzzi still holding that really high lane. Poor Oran. She just kind of gotten squeezed like a watermelon seed between your fingers right out the back. But let's see how long she can hang. Again, still higher.
No, she's playing really well. I guess that when it happen like this, she's looking on the wind. She's following and play with the gust.
Yep.
And she keep the angle in the high mode as possible. And we saw that Karolina had to veer away a little bit, so to open the angle to keep the board at maximum speed. But definitely she lose pace.
Now, I have a little theory here on this strategy. Maybe Charlotte is going high to get closer to a puff sooner, and also that Karolina may be reaching far off to the right to go fast to the next puff. But right now, they are really close to the lane line, and I got to tell you, it looks like Charlotte Benuzzi is in a perfect position to lead to the first mark, and
let's see. Don't call it too quick.
Yeah.
Because we saw yesterday a couple of times when they tuck and they go on starboard, then the wind. No, Charlotte.
Also
Karolina.
We got Karolina. Falls down. This race is wide open.
Karolina and Charlotte both.
And where is Izette Segura, the 3rd and 4th place?
Yeah, but no, that's Oran.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Oran. And then where is Izette Segura? Oran.
She's still on port coming up.
Oh my God, I can't believe that just happened. There is Izette Segura. Oran Saris looks like she's in the lead now. We had Charlotte Benuzzi crash on her tech. Karolina goes for her tech. She crashes. We were just talking about how delicate these conditions are. And there's Oran. Do you think Oran and Izette are going to be even more gentle on these turns? Do we have riders up, by the way? Karolina looks like she's back up and riding. And Oran is still on a really big lead.
She's behind Oran.
Yep. Yeah, we figured that. So, wow, what a change of pace. Just to bring you up to speed, our leader, Benuzzi and Karolina Klizinska, both crash in their attacks for the ley line, and Oran Saris right behind them, ready to pounce. And what a pro. She's keeping it together. Looks like she's pumping. Maybe she's making it to the ley line. So she's trying to get right up to that ley line. And I think that
she's really close.
Izette Segura in 2nd place. This leaderboard just got flipped right over. The people with extra bullets both crashed. So this series is on. Let's go, Oran.
Yeah, now she has the downwind. She's close to rounding mark. Look.
So anything can happen there. Izzet is not laying that mark. I think things got a little bit dicier on this beat. But Oran, look at that lead that she has. We lost our 2 leaders, the 2 people with the extra bonus points. There is Izzet Segura. Can she make that tack? Wow,
okay.
Just barely.
Okay, that we have an information that they round the mark over the time limit and the race. Semi-final woman B is abandoned.
Gotcha. We're on Sarasta. Just what a break for Karolina Klizinska and Charlotte Banuzzi. So if you just heard that, it looks like there's a time limit to get to the Mark 1, the first weather or windward mark. They did not make that time limit. And what a break for our 2 people with extra bullets. Charlotte Baruzzi, second off the starting line, gets into first place, higher, faster, just crushing the windward leg, and then wipes out on the tack. Karolina Klizinska goes to pounce. She wipes out on the tack, and Oran Saris takes advantage of that, and so does Izzet Segura. God, I feel bad for everyone here.
Yes, exactly. I mean, that's really bad because it must be for really a couple of seconds, and it means that the wind dropped too much, and they had to make the call and display November and abandon the race.
Yeah. Wow, what a tough call. I mean, tough for our leader, Charlotte Baruzzi, in that race. Tough for Oran Saris, who was leading the race after that catastrophe with the Polish rider and Baruzzi. So, what a drag. Let's go! We got a lot of people excited behind us, but now we are going back to semifinal B, race 1. It looks like we're going to restart that race. But man, Mirko, I guess we could have seen this coming, in that first race when we saw Marta tack and do that deep turn coming out of it. That's kind of telltale of what the conditions are like, right?
Yeah, I know. Again, I hope that it's not the wind that start to not to be, let's say, nice with us, not playing the right ball, but I really hope that it's just something that happened during this race and not that the wind is gonna play bad.
Yeah,
looking from here, it seems to be for sure less wind than before.
Yeah.
But let's see.
Yep. And one thing we have going on here in Cagliari, where we are on this beach. What's the name of this little bay here that we're in?
Here we are in Marina Piccola.
Marina Piccola.
Marina Piccola is the little harbor just here on the corner under the Sella del Diavolo, and where the Poeto beach it started to be all around the long beach. It's a 10-kilometer long beach.
Yeah, it's a big
all
beach.
To the Gulf of Angeli, Angels Gulf. It's called Golfo degli Angeli. Yeah, again, it seems that they still have November on the boat. Maybe they are keep waiting to give another start for the semifinal.
Yep.
B1 for women.
Sorry about that. If you just joined us, we had abandoned semifinal B race 1 because we did not reach the time limit to get to the weather mark. So all we have right now in the books is the women's semifinal A in this opening series of the finals day. And that race was won by Marta Manja in semifinal A. So that series continues on. This series looked like it was going to continue on in this race when Charlotte Baruzzi was leading, and she crashed tack into the ley line. Karolina Klizinska tacked.
Yes, exactly. We can say that was a Charlotte mistake.
Yes.
Due to this mistake, then she would have been turned in time Mark 1, and the race would not be.
And there's Oran Saris, who was leading that race after that catastrophe. There's Charlotte Baruzzi. Oran, God, she must have been so pumped. She was ready to go, sailing really well behind that group of 2. She was going to be in 3rd place, but she took advantage of it, nailed her tack, rounded the mark, got off to a really nice run downwind, and now she has to wait for another shot at it. But I think she's pretty pumped.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Look at her go.
I'm knowing Oran, I can imagine her beside the race committee boat and try to get some explaining why.
Yeah, I know. Okay, gods. So here we go. It looks like we have a male rider in the water. That looks like, yep, Kamil Manavietsky getting ready to go. He was our #1 ranked male rider coming into, he's in the finals, but he's out there checking it all out. Hey, I'd do the same thing if I were him. But the one thing that we know as we wait for this women's semifinal B race to be re-raced or restarted is that I talked to Bastien Escoffier, who won the golden ticket for the men, and he said, he goes, I got a feel for this race course. I know what kit I'm going to use. I feel pretty good. Maybe that's an advantage for me. And there's something to be said for that, don't you think? The riders who go all the way through this qualifying series, maybe if it goes to a lot of races, they got some practice.
Yeah, for sure they know better than the other some tips from the course. But again, this short track format doesn't allow you to do any single mistake. So you have to start in time. You have to do the right decision, right or left, every tag, every jibe, no matter what. 100%. So if you're not getting the 100%, then you're gonna lose it.
So here we are in sequence for the women. There is Oran Saris, who was leading that race when it was abandoned. That women's semifinal B, Oran on the starboard gear, the white and red wing, and wow, what a race that was. I can't stop talking about it because it was so dramatic. I love this racing with just a couple boards, short track, like Mirko was saying, you can't make any mistakes. The first women's semifinal A was just a masterclass by Marta Manja, just nailing the port tack start, high, fast, nailing her ley line, and just a beautiful downwind leg being pushed really hard by Nia Swardias, but two different styles in that light air downwind sailing. So there we have Izzet Segura, and there's back to Oran getting ready to resail this semifinal, women's semifinal B, race 1. We are just coming up on 2 minutes. There's Izzet, and wow. I think that's Izzet, no?
Yeah, this is it.
Okay, cool. Double checking. I wasn't too sure what color her board was. So let's see how it goes. It's really also awesome to compare these different wings. I mean, Izzet is on one of the wings that's one of the top wings in the men's fleet, which is the Ozone double profile, regardless of the brand. Full 2 skins versus about 30-40% you see there on the free wing sail, that little membrane on the inside of the wing that you can see right above Oran's head, and same thing for that Nash wing that you saw going by, same thing for that Gong wing that you're going by. So I think, the verdict's still out, but any one of these wings can win races, and these women are pushing really, really hard, as you can see, but they've pushed a little bit too hard in that last race, and 2 riders went down.
Yes, exactly. But again, you will see also this time, we are 1 minute and 10 seconds away from the start. It seems that they will be all on starboard if nothing changed over the last minute.
Yeah, are they all to the right of the committee boat? Let's see the track.
Probably Zet is the first that goes to the left. Okay, let's see.
Yep, there's Izzet, who's a little further on. Looks like she's going to try a port tack start. And let's see, as we see, actually we have some other riders from another fleet mixed into this mix. So let's get our bearings here. Coming up on 40 seconds in women's semifinal B, a resail because we did not make the time limit. Must be a really short time limit for that beat just to get these races off. But there is Izzet Segura, 30 seconds. She needs to get going in the other direction. There she goes. If she needs to make that jibe. There is Charlotte Baruzzi, and both coming in on port. And
it's definitely too late.
Definitely too late. What is going on? Let's see if they can get back up to the line. 14 seconds. Absolutely. Izzet's looking really good, but looking on the right side, that must be Oran and Carolina.
Super late.
Let's see what's happening there.
Yeah,
okay.
AP.
Okay, it's
I told you must be something wrong because they were A, super late, B, they were not going upwind.
Yep.
So rather they had a really drop.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. The wind dropped it. Pretty sure.
So a telltale sign, we just went into AP trying to resail the women's semifinal B that was abandoned because two riders fell and they didn't make the time limit to the weather mark, then so that must be a sign of something at the moment, which is light wind. There is Oran Sarah saying, "What is going on? Tell me, tell me, tell me," because I was winning that race and you stopped it, so I need to know what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Yeah,
Oran,
I can imagine what she's saying.
Yeah. So, but never afraid to speak her mind. Oran, she is a powerful rider. She's an awesome person, and it was great to see her in the lead. These are tough conditions, and so let's hope that this comes back a little bit. Actually, there's a lot of riders in the water, just telling you our view right now. But that dropped very quickly, Mirko, even in the last couple minutes.
Yeah, no, definitely looking around, I can tell you, looking around how they sail, they foil all the wing that we are seeing on the right, on the left of the race committee boat. I can tell you the wind is definitely down.
It's pretty
slower.
It's pretty amazing.
Lower.
We know the equipment that these riders are on. They're trying to get as big a wings as they can use. I think Izet Segura is using the same big wing there as Karolina Klazinska. They're all on around 6'5" wings, which are pretty darn big wings, but all on around 500 and something square centimeter foils. And so it's amazing what they can get up in, but when there's no wind, or when you're just look at Karolina, she's just holding her wing up in the air. There's not a lot of pressure on it. So they have to wait this one out. It happens. We are a weather-dependent sport. And, we've had our challenges this week, but it really amazes me how these riders are able to use such small foils and get them up. And they say, once I'm up, I'm pretty good. But we saw that at a certain threshold, at a certain kind of bottom limit, which we were hitting in that last women's race, or at least attempt of a race, you have to sail flawlessly to keep up on the foils, and it just wasn't to be for Charlotte Baruzzi and Karolina Klazinska in that last race when they crashed tacking to the ley line. But lucky for them, they abandoned that race. Mirko, what is that time limit to that weather mark?
Honestly, I don't remember. I have so many. My mistake. I have so many numbers in my head for so many different target time.
We must have been just right there.
No, exactly. I mean, it's really a short race. It can be 2 minutes or 3 minutes.
But it's one of those things where one rider has to get there in time.
Rounding Mark 1. On time.
Cool.
But again, if there is this time limit because there is it's a good sign. If you don't get on that within that time at Mark 1, then obvious.
So Camille is talking to us here. He's putting his hands up. He's saying, "Mamma mia, what's going on here?"
Yeah, for sure it's there, and it's just looking on the wind. He's talking probably with someone on the race committee. Knowing Camille is for sure is asking what kind of wind you have on the right, on the left, on the upwind or downwind.
Okay, we have Karolina Klazinska, little pit crew here changing out the foils for Karolina Klazinska. Hey, maybe she's going to do what we've all been talking about, which is throw on a massive foil and see how it works. There is Camille. It's been awesome to get to know Camille. He was telling me that he was sailing for IQ Foil for Poland, and they really loved him. They're like, keep doing it. And he said, this is not for my body type. I want to do something that fits me and my personality and my style and also my body size. So he gave up on probably felt like a fully sponsored Olympic campaign in IQ through Poland with an incredible training program in Poland, and to do what was right for him. And it was very cool. It's very cool to see how dedicated he is and how he made that bold decision to leave the culture, that Olympic culture that was begging him to stay, to come WingFoil race. And it's coming clean for him. He's in first place right now. If nothing happens, he will win this World Cup in Italy.
Yeah, Camille, from day zero when he started to show up in our competition around the world and the World Cup, you can definitely see that he was someone that fully commit to raise his level and to become one of the top riders pretty quick. And
It's awesome to see, and he's been teaching us about the equipment. Him and Alran gave us a tutorial on how all these new double profile, 50% profile, no profile wings work in racing. So he's into it. He's super tweaky and techy. As we look out, we're feeling some puffs coming in. You can see on this screen, obviously, a lot of these riders use kind of sinker boards. Even if you had a big old long board, a big old 130-liter board, you probably wouldn't be able to still get up in this stuff. This is just holding your wings up. So you got to give the race committee some credit and all these riders some credit that it's just not happening right now. And also, you know, some people are riding, but you just never know. There's Madalena Spanu, who had a fantastic series yesterday. But one thing I was going to say is, you know, people get really critical of different classes, say, or, you know, or different disciplines to say, oh, you can't race in this light stuff, or you can't race in these heavy conditions. Every piece of wind sport equipment has its limitations. And the great thing about the wingfoil racing we're seeing here is they have they're developing stuff to make sailing. And, you know, 2 or 3 years ago, they weren't even able to get up in the races that we just did this morning, yeah. Even on bigger wings or bigger foils. So it's really fantastic to see the development in this class. And there's Marta Manja, you know, it's blowing what, 4 or 5 knots out there, maybe a 6-knot puff, and there's Marta ripping around. But to have fair racing and to give credit to Nico Papa George on our race committee, this is not the moment to run races, but we're pretty close.
Okay, that seems honestly that is gonna take a little bit longer. I don't know if we have something to play,
yeah,
and to show up something that you prepare.
Yeah, I love
this morning.
Yep, I love my friend Mirko. I think we're talking about a recap. Do we want to find out how we got to here, or what do you think?
No, we have also the video with. Did you have the video with Tomek explaining also some equipment, something like that?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if he's ready. We can do something like that, or the youth.
As a coach, I travel a lot in different locations. Most of them are sailing clubs, sailing venues, and since 4 or 5 years, I observed boom for wing foiling. I observed it in Mallorca in year during World Cups, and the situation when the sailors, windsurfers, 49ers, NACRAS guys, they finish training, they come back to marina, and they switch for wingfoil stuff, and they go for fun. Sailing coaches, the same. It shows that the wingfoil is the super exciting sport for everybody. Nowadays, we have specific times because kids spend a lot of times in front of their cell phones, smartphones. And it's very important to involve kids to the sport. And the wingfoil is the best sport for them because they have contact with the nature, they have contact with the wind, with the sun, water. Wingfoil racing, it's the best way to spend time on the water, in my opinion, because when they start racing, they know how to deal with the rules, how to deal with the wind. They have contact with the others, so it's a super social activities, and that's what I observe in my club. I'm from Poland, from Sopocki Klub Żeglarski, Sopot Sailing Club. We have lots of demands from the parents to create wingfoil section, wingfoil group. Since last year we had kitefoil group and huge windsurfing, and from this year we start coaching, teaching for wingfoilers. And then I'm super excited as a coach because it's a next step in my career, my job, because I was my roots are in windsurfing, then I jumped for kiteboarding, and from 5 years I do both kiteboarding as a coach and wingfoiling, but my heart and my soul are in wingfoiling. And when I see the kids interesting, asking me about how does it work, where where they can try, about the equipment, about the Olympic pathway. It's super exciting, and I'd love to share my knowledge, my all information about the and answer on their questions. In my opinion, it's a super fast growing sport, water sport in history. And accessibility, it's really easy. You can buy equipment on the second-hand market. To make just a first step, you don't need a huge budget, huge money. Most of the sailing clubs already they have stuff for beginners. And of course, you can start with the wing school. Most of the windsurfing schools, they have already WingFoil stuff. So it's easy to jump on the WingFoil for the windsurfing board and WingFoil. The question is not if you try, the question is when you try. So come and enjoy us on the water. See you on the water.
All right, we are back. We are in a delay of racing. We've only gotten the women's semifinal A off in the WingFoil Racing World Cup here in Italy. You can see the racers. They are being sent back to the beach to wait on shore, but we are having a little powwow here with, check that out, all those women with different sponsors hanging out together. I see... Who's that?
This is Julien Ratoti.
Ratoti. Oh, these are guys, but Oran Saris there with the white and red free wing. So yeah, so we are in a delay right now. The breeze is just really trying to not let us race right now.
Now I think that the race committee will keep all a little bit, waiting if the wind might come back and make some suitable condition around the course. So they are keeping them over there, and we can see the faces from our race officials looking on the different phone or any kind of something that it might spot on some wind coming back.
I thought you were going to say looking really sad.
No, not yet.
More optimistic.
Not yet.
Yeah, absolutely. We did get, so here we are on finals day. We have, in both men and women, we have our top two finalists. So if nothing happens, that will hold, and then we can work backwards from there for their positions. But we did have one race in this with this format. There's a semifinal A and a semifinal B in both the men's and the women's fleet. And from the semifinal A and B, that gets your final two people in the finals. But this format can go a ways, because in the semifinal A, even though Nia Suardiaz came in with 2 bonus points, 2 bullets, first to 3 bullets for each one of these semifinals. Nia got second in that race, which doesn't mean anything. What matters is that Marta Manja won that first women's semifinal A race. So she has 1 bullet. So she's kind of tied with Emilia Costi of Greece on bullets for semifinal A. And that semifinal B race for women started and got canceled. So there's the semifinal A results as they stand right now. We've got 3 riders with extra points. Nia Suardiaz came in with 2. She still has 2. If she wins the next semifinal A race, so semifinal A race 2, then she will move right into the finals. So we are hoping, Mirko, and praying for a little bit of breeze here. Here are the men's fleet. There's Bastien Escofet holding up the kind of aquamarine gong wing, who came in, won the golden ticket race to get in to the semifinal A in the men's. What a dramatic race that was.
Yeah, for sure, because he was second all the race, all the time second, looking Romain Guillot, which was really fast, and Enil really the perfect start. And at the end, Bastien got the golden ticket, and now sitting there and say, I got the chance to beat somebody else, and maybe feel good, they feel confident, and the wind dropped.
So there's
nothing to do.
there's Bastien Escoffier, and then also to our left, that looks like Oscar Leclerc.
Yeah,
in
it's
the red
all the
helmet.
French team.
Yeah, all the gang, the French team. Oran Saris is French. She's a free wing sailor. But yeah, who do we have there? That could be, is that?
Manon,
Oh, Manon. Yeah.
most probably, yes.
Okay, let's see what's going on here. A little bit about Bastien Escoffier. He and I are downwind buddies. We've been paddling around on downwind supboards, and he's been lending me his equipment at all these events that we see each other at. So a lot of these athletes do other things. They like to play on foils. They get so stoked for it. You know, racing's intense. It takes a lot out of you. We talked to Oran Saris about that last night in terms of if she wants to continue with that level of intensity, or if she just wants to. There's intensity in any kind of competition, but racing has this certain level of intensity when it comes to umpires and protests and race courses and equipment.
This is part of racing. This is part of racing. You have to take it. Doesn't matter whatever you have. You have to be focused. When you have condition, you play well. When there is no condition, you have to wait. I mean, as we listened from the race committee, is 5 knots right now on Mark 1. That means absolutely there is no condition to start any more race right now. If the wind doesn't start to pick it up and be good for having everyone foiling and to do a fair race, there is no way that they're gonna start with 5 knots of wind. That
Right.
WingFoiling is not ready yet to have a fair racing on light wing. For sure, there is a lot of discussion around, and it will get in better with the development and with the new wing and new foils, bigger board, a little bit longer, different tactics and skills from the competitor.
Yeah.
But absolutely, 5 knots is definitely too low for have some kind of racing right now.
Cool. Well, thank you, Mirko, for that. As we see our riders, a bunch of French riders there on the boat. We are here on finals day. They are sending the competitors to the shore while the race committee stays on the outside. We need to get through these semifinal races, or at least we'd like to, a semifinal A and B for men and women. But right now we do have in the finals the Manon Pianazza for the women in first, and Madalena Spanu in second for the women's final, and Kamil Manowiecki from Poland in first, and Matisse Guillot in second already. But we hope that we can get through these semifinal matches and get them some competition in the top 4 and have a final. So we're going to wrap this up right now. Thank you, Mirko. We will come back. Yeah, I feel a little puff. I'm optimistic. So we will be back if something else happens. So please stick around.